Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Knights Talk. I'm your host, Rob Leonard. Actually, this is the first episode of 2018. The Meaford Knights decided to take a couple of weeks off and leave me with nothing to do on a Thursday night. Thanks very much. But anyway, most of the a good portion of the players are from all over the world, so a great opportunity for them to get home to their families and enjoy the Christmas holidays. So back to business. The Knights enjoying the best season they've had yet in the GMHL, and they started things off Thursday night against the number one seeded Almaguin Spartans. We have all the highlights from that one. Spartans chip it out. Connor Long, nice lead pass on to Callum Queenan. Cornford scores! Ethan Cornford, the puck bounces off.
From the benefit of the doubt, just got back from Christmas holidays.
Mitch Bolduc, partial breakaway, got Struts scores! What a play, Tyler Struts. As we said, he is due. They haven't given the Spartans much at all tonight.
No.
And what they have given him, goalkeeper Maricel Greases has been at the top of his game.
Can't say it enough. One of the best.
Sure!
I was going to say one of the best games I've seen tonight.
Cornford's back on the ice, so he's no worse for the wear. Luckily, that arm seems to be okay. There's a shot. Scores! What a shot! That was a screen shot. LaBrosse again. Sal Greases, what do you got? And he scores. Bolduc. And oh, what a save! Are you kidding me? Now here's number 12. Thorson fires, good save, Sal Greases. Tyler Robertson winding up. He needs to score here. Oh my goodness. Misplays it. If he scores here, it's over. Scores! Alexander Gauthier scores and completes the comeback. Did not come away with the 2 points, but they took a point from the number one team in the division. And as you can see by the final score, the Knights of Meaford drop a 3-2 shootout decision to the Almaguin Spartans. In my estimation, a lot of people totally agreeing, that was by far the best performance I've seen from the Knights of Meaford so far this year. The game when they came back from the break against Seguin, the last place team, the Knights dropped that game by a score of 6-1, and I was kind of, oh my goodness, what's going on? But they've come back not with just one big, a huge point, taking a point from Almaguin, but they followed it up on Saturday night against New Tech. And as you can see, the Knights of Meaford beat New Tech for the second time ever by a score of 4-2. Let's go back to that Almaguin game, and I'll give you the two scores. Ethan Cornford, who's going to be here later on Meet the Knights, scored his first goal as a member of the Knights of Meaford. Tyler Struts scoring as well. In that game, Maricel Greases faced 37 shots and was a third star. He easily could have been first or second star in that game. The goalkeepers in that game played fantastic all night long. And again, I'll repeat myself, that was a great game for the Knights of Meaford. So, okay, let's go to the game the following night at home, Saturday night against New Tech. As I said, the Knights hadn't beat New Tech at all in their history. And this is the second time that the Knights have beaten New Tech by a score of 4-2. Callum Queenan with a pair, Skylar Robertson, Daniel Zlega would also score for the Knights. Tyler Sager, Buffalo native, in goal for the Knights on that night. He made 33 saves for the win. So the Knights have themselves on the right track here in those past two games. Let's take a look now at the league standings. As you can see, Almaguin, as we said, sitting on top, 52 points. Season winding down. As you can see, they played 34 games. They've only got 8 games left in the regular season. Temiskaming was really hot there for quite a while, but they're sitting 4 points back. Let's take a look at the Knights of Meaford sitting in that 5 spot. That win against New Tech, very important, keeps a 5-point gap between them and sixth place New Tecumseh. The Knights not far behind. Now they're only 4 points behind Ville Marie for that number 4 spot, and another 5 points between them and the Bradford Rattlers. So the Knights have themselves in a very good position. They can finish anywhere 3 through 6. This sounds like what happened a couple of years ago, and that's exactly the position they were in a couple of years ago. But in my estimation, this team this year is better than any team that they've had in the past 5 years of their existence. So let's take a look at the Knights' leading scorers. Tyler Strutzy has been all season long sitting on top, 43 points. Skylar Robertson has made his way now into second spot. Daniel Zlega sitting in number 3. Callum Queenan has shattered his point totals from last year with the team. Eric Lowry sitting there with 21 assists. Defenseman Connor Long, Colton Langowski in there as well. So as you can see, top to bottom in the top 10, the Knights really getting a lot of scoring from everybody on the team. Now, if we could take a look at the league's leading scorers. New man at the top, Lucas Pazabon from St. George, taking over. Chris Hay had been there all season long. Look at the point totals. The top 4 players. 106 for Lucas Pazabon at this point. 106 for Chris Hay. Just incredible. That St. George team, you take a look at it, the top 3 scorers all over 100 points. That's amazing. So, and there's my buddy Vyacheslav Grigentchev of Tottenham sitting there with 93 points. I kept saying all season long that he's going to be challenging for that lead, and he's a streaky scorer. He's only, about 17 points out, so good luck to him. And as you can see, no Meaford Knights in the top 10. That's because everybody's scoring. So, good, well-rounded team, 4 lines that can go anytime. So let's take a look now at the upcoming games. Not many games left for the Knights. Get that up on the screen. As you can see, this coming Thursday night at home to Temiskaming, the Titans. No easy task for the Knights coming up there. And then the following Thursday, normally that would be a home date, but the Knights are going to be taking a trip down the highway to Alliston, taking on New Tech. And New Tech, I'm sure, is going to be looking for some revenge, being that they're on the receiving end of, they're not used to losing to the Knights or anybody else for that matter. But, and the season's going to round out February 18th at Bradford, and the Knights meet the Bradford Rattlers. I think you have 3 more meetings in there, so really important for the Knights to win some of those games against the Bradford Rattlers, and also against New Tech to keep New Tech behind them in the standings. So the Knights are looking really good heading into the final couple of weeks of this season. So I guess it's time for Meet the Knights. And I have a couple of very special guests here with me this afternoon. Ethan Cornford. Wait till the camera gets on here. On the far side over there, Ethan Cornford comes to Meaford all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Long trip. I guess the weather's a little bit nicer in Australia right now than it is in Canada.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer right now. It's summer at the moment, so it's plus 30, plus 40 at the moment, where it's here it's plus negative 20, so it's a little bit different.
But you've been here, you've been in the GMHL now for, is this your 4th year?
3rd year.
Your 3rd year, so you're getting kind of used to the winter weather.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit easier each time, but still not good.
And also with me, another newcomer to the team, Raffaele Izzo. Yeah, welcome. You come to the Knights from the Temiskaming Titans, so both of you guys coming from very good programs to the Knights. Raffaele, you're a goalkeeper, and you got the first start after the break for the Knights. Everybody was just kind of, I think everybody all turkeyed out from the holidays, I think. So let's ask you first, you both have played in the league before, and I know the reputation that Meaford has with the players from around the league. I've asked this question of players coming here, and your thoughts of Meaford as a place to play hockey. So.
Well,
only judging from last year, because I've only been in this league for 2 years. I remember last year when we came to the barn to play against you guys, it was never an easy game, even though you guys were 4th, 5th place, and we were way ahead of you guys. It was never an easy game. I think the second game we only beat you guys in overtime. So it's always been kind of, okay, it's going to be a long trip. We got to be ready for it. We end up always just beating you guys by a goal or two. So it's always been like a good team to play against.
And the fan support. I know a lot of people say that, well, Temiskaming is another story. Apparently it's a carnival atmosphere over there, and it's just nuts for their Titans hockey team over there. So you're probably used to maybe a bit bigger crowd, but people have said that, you know, Meaford gets probably a bigger crowd than a lot of centers do in the league. So
yeah, they definitely get a lot more than New Tech.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Titans, they do have a lot of fans, but I got to say that Meaford's got a good bunch and seem like a bunch of good people. So.
Yeah, and they, you know, you look at, in my time with the Knights, you know, for the past 3 seasons, and I have nothing but admiration for everybody in that organization, and getting to meet the players as well, you know, but everybody is so easy to work with, and such good people and good professional people, and you know, get me ready to do my job every Thursday night, doing the play-by-play for the team. So, and the billets become a big part of your lives as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. Back in UTech, I was with the same billet for the last 3 years now, so kind of became a bit of my family, so that was a little tough to leave them, but the billets is a big part of junior hockey. You get to know them, you get to get in their family, and kind of start to become one of their family. They
take it very personally in Meaford too, you know, and especially up in the North Country here. They identify with their hockey teams, you know, and a lot of your teammates that have been on the show have said to walk around town and people recognize you right away. So you know, kind of makes for a good experience for you as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, I've been to the Leakies, and their chicken wings are great.
That's what I've heard.
People there are good. So.
I haven't tried them yet. So, and now Ethan, you come from a great program. You were with the Tottenham Steam when they won the league championship a couple of years ago, and we were talking about before we went on air, and it's that was an incredible team. So, how do you feel that and you know, spending time with New Tech, how do you feel that has affected your play as a player?
I think it's kind of turned me into a bit of like a kind of chippy grinder player, just because I was never the big scorer. I was never one to get the two points a game or whatever it was. I was always the one just to battle hard and kind of just get everyone up and going again. So it kind of turned me into that sort of player, just to get the boys rallied around and hopefully have a good game.
You know, as a play-by-play announcer, I sometimes gauge a player on whether I remember their name or not, and I definitely remember your name. So it definitely would be a name that I called a number of times during the games and had some sort of an impact on the game as well too. So I definitely, when Nathan Parrish told me that you were going to be a member of the Knights, it was fantastic, right? So because I knew what an impact player. As you said, you know, points are good. Yeah, you like to get points, right? And you do, you know, you do your fair share. But your job is what we've seen, what we saw from you in that game against Elmagwin, right? And it's a good, constant, steady game, a physical game, right? And I think you're a great addition to the team heading down the stretch.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Raffaele, as I said, you were in that first game. I haven't seen you in another game since, so hopefully we get to see you on Thursday night, because coming from the Titans, again, another big program, another very successful program in Temiskaming. You know how to win games, and from what I could see, 6 goals went in that night, but I think maybe 5 of them could be shared responsibility with the rest of the team. You know, from what I saw, you look like you're going to be a star in that Meaford goal.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, again, coming all the way from, well, you're just from Quebec. He's much further away in Australia.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But was it tough for you to leave Temiskaming, being that it's in Quebec?
Yeah, not the language part. It was tough because I had made a lot of friends with the guys there, a bunch of the returning guys. We were good buddies the year before. A bunch of the billet families I used to have supper with, because I lived in an apartment, and they all loved me and I loved them. equally, and it was hard to leave them more than the coaches, but definitely Meaford's been really good to me as opening their arms and doing all that they could to make this feel like a good transition.
Yeah, see, I have a bit of a personal thing with the Titans too, but it's with Bubba. Bubba LaCour?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a contest at the end of last season for the best broadcaster in the GMHL. I finished second to Bubba, so it's on this year. It's on this year, Bubba, if you're watching. So, but apparently, I guess he was been a huge part of the Titans for so many years.
Forever.
I'm a rookie compared to him, you know. So to finish second, I did pretty good apparently. So, but anyway, so the Titans are going to be in town this coming Thursday night, and you're looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And what a great way to keep this streak going would be to get a win against the Titans on Thursday night. I guarantee if you guys play the way you did against Elmagwin last Thursday night, you follow that up, that same kind of effort. That was a full 60-minute game, even though Elmagwin came back and beat us in the third period. It still was a fantastic game. So I want to thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And as I said, good luck Thursday night. That's going to do it for this week's Night's Talk. I'm Rob Leonard, for producer Mark Perry and cameraman Jeff Chapman. We'll see you next time.